and welcome to the Procrastinator. My name is Jan and today we're playing EU4 as Pomerania. Now before we unpause, we're going to rename a few provinces. I'm also going to be recording 4 episodes in a bunch, mostly because I will most likely not be here next week to record them. And I still want them to be uploaded for your enjoyment. The reason I'm not doing them where I will be is because the upload speed there is shit and I can't afford to do it over there. Therefore I'm doing it here. And let's start with the renaming. We're going to rename Kelmno into Kulmerland. What we're doing is we're Germanizing them. It's not allowing me. Why are you not allowing me? I want it to be Kulmerland. Do I need to press enter? No, no. Do I need to unpause? What? Do we have Kulmerland somewhere that I'm not noticing? Pause. I said pause. It's not allowing me to pause. There we go. Riga cancelled military access. Livonia ordered cancelled military access. I want this to be Kulmerland. Hello? Is it too long? I doubt it. We're going to rename it to Kulm then. Nope. Just refuses to be renamed. Anywho, Brandenburg, our faithful allies, requesting that we come to their end in the Brandenburgian conquest of Altmark against Hesse, Magdeburg, Münster, Utrecht and Saxony. This is the war they have started. We will lose prestige. We will say yes, mostly because I think we can take these people on. We're going to raise our army army maintenance up. And well, I'll just leave our troops there to recoup. Now, the other thing we want to rename is Poznan into Polsen, because that's the... Why is it not letting me rename any of these? I really want to know. Polsen. How do I... What? It's, I don't understand. Why aren't you allowing me to rename anything into the way I want them to be? Kulmerland. Really? Livonian wandered accepted peace with Poland, which is fine by us. Oh, look, a worthy enemy in Potsdam. Go and kick some Saxon ass. Apparently in Altmark, though. So we're going to move into Altmark to aid our Brandenburgian allies over there. Which makes sense. We do need to help our allies out. They are our allies nonetheless. Let's see if we have any good missions to protect against Poland. We can't do that. They have too big of an army for us to do that. We've won the Battle of Altmark. They are retreating currently into Oberlausitz. And then probably down into Saxony. We're going to just stand in Potsdam and kind of be threatening to the environment. What else? I really want to know why I can't rename these. Probably because they're Polish, but the thing is, well, I'm not German or anything like that. I do like, if I'm playing a nation, I do like to rename the provinces into the way the native language would be. In this case, Kelmno would be Kulmerland, which is not allowing me to... Oh, now it does. There we go. And Poznan would be Posen, whatever. There we go. Can I rename the town? No. But I can rename the province, which I'm happy with. But actually, while we're doing this episode, I can talk a little bit about Posen. We've already talked about the Livonian Order, but about Posen we haven't. Basically, the area of Posen, the region of Posen, while geographically it did exist, it didn't exist as a administrative region up until the 14th, when it was changed. Basically, it became part of Poland. It became known as the Poznan Voivodeship, which Poland liked that voivodeship, and it was part of Greater Poland and everything like that. And it existed basically till 1793, when it was finally incorporated into South Prussia after the Prussians kind of forced the Polish to split this part. It used to be part, Kalitz and Posen used to be kind of the same thing, more or less, up till then, but then it was forced by Prussia and they were separated. Posen was also kind of its own separate thing before 1305, and it then became incorporated into Poland in 1305, and that's basically it. What's interesting about it, it was semi-important in the Second World War, and in the First World War it had its own uses, I guess. There we go, Altmark is now Brandenburg, this war will end shortly. We're not going to bother ourselves with too much intervention in this war, mostly because we don't need any intervention in the war. Our units are still recuperating, which is fantastic. We're not going to attack anyone, because we can't afford it at the moment. We're going to continue investing in our Cardinal, who is now 73, and will most likely die before he ever gets into the Curia, which is what happens with my Cardinals way more often than I would like. We are going to send a diplomat to improve relations in Austria. Prestige or diplomatic power? Prestige. Prestige will grow back, diplomatic power will not. Oh, it will, but not as good. They are now, Bohemia is now afraid of us. No, I guess it's okay. They can be afraid of us. Yeah, aggressive expansion, irritated over claims. I kinda guessed. We're also going to improve relations with Mecklenburg, because we can. Oh, let's see, I don't want to just sit here though. Let's go and annoy Münster. Simply because we can. Actually, stand there. Because I see Saxony coming up north. And we're going to go and kick their ass again. I enjoy kicking Saxon ass. Saxons are fun to annoy. Simply because we can. And for some reason that trick has worked too many times with the Also, we can invest in a new idea. I don't think we will. We'll wait for the field rotation for Administrative Technology 6, because I simply have a feeling we're lacking behind that. Yeah, we are. We seem to be behind on it. Bohemia entered the military coalition against us, which, okay. If they wish, it is their choice. We're not going to stop them. We haven't sent out our fleet, really, because I don't want to send them over here. They get attrition if I send them over here, so we won't. We're going to just stand here and kind of invade them. We're going to allow the leader to negotiate for us, because why not? And we're going to continue kind of invading this area. Just standing there with our big army, which we do have the biggest army of our allies. Well, except Austria. Austria is our ally. And Lithuania. I keep forgetting I'm allied with Lithuania. I also know we have too many diplomatic relations, but it's because of royal marriages which don't end when one or the other monarch dies, which I find. You can only lose a royal marriage if you break a royal marriage, or they have a regency council and the regency council dies, which is rather bizarre to me. I mean, they should be able to just die. While the supply limit over here is 22, we are still getting attrition because it is winter. We've improved our relations with Austria to 100, which is rather fantastic. We love Austria. Saxony is no longer at war. Saxony no longer treaties with Bohemia and the Hansa and paid them some money, which is okay by me. They're only allied now with Sweden, Mainz, and Würzburg, and they hate our guts. We're going to try to improve that by sending a dude there to improve relations, get them kind of to at least 0. But I'm not holding my breath. We're still continuing sieging Hanover, and we're doing it rather well. Mostly because we do get a phase modifier by having at least one artillery unit, which is rather fantastic. Our units still need to fully recover, but that's fine. I don't think anyone is capable of really doing any damage unless one of the big countries invades, in which case it will be a defensive war and we would get Austria and Lithuania joining our side of the war, because that's how it works. If it's a defensive war, if it's an offensive war and they're allied with someone else as well, they might not do that. Let's see. Oldenburg is actually a really good. Oh, it's not. Thought it was. East Frisia is a good province for if you're in the Antwerp trade node. They do have a lot of trade power, 7.8, which is more than some of the other provinces do. but it doesn't really help us with not in the end. But trade note, the trade note doesn't really do much for us. So the only thing that would kind of be okay for us, I guess, would be Hanover, which is still okay. It has a very low trading power, but that doesn't really matter for us that much. And but it's in the Frankfurt trade node. It would kind of give us a foothold in the trade node from which to expand. We can invest in technology. We're going to invest in 3 field rotations, because since the time of Charlemagne, people have been experimenting with switching from classic 2 field rotation systems to a 3 field rotation system. It's time to promote this, and it will increase the amount of land developed to growing food crops, which is good. Hesse and Brandenburg have gone to peace. Brandenburg, of course, got Altmark, because that was the war goal, and they had it occupied. Which is rather fantastic for them, because why not? We're not going to spread their culture to Neumark. Our units are reinforcing. They will continue to reinforce while we lower armor maintenance, because we do want a nice little income. I know I'm lowering it quite a bit, but in the end it's okay. We did improve relations with France already, and we're going to now improve relations with England, simply because it might help us in the end if they don't completely hate us. Hesse is still being attacked by Köln in what is known as the Hessian conquest of Westphalen, which, as we've noticed, isn't going too well. Oh yes, Köln does have some claims on Nassau and Kassel. Castle? Castell. That's a castle. I think it's in German. Not really sure. As we see, Lithuania is actually doing rather well. They've taken Yedisan and what is this province? Voronezh, which is now being attacked by Golden Horde nationalists. Because the Golden Horde doesn't exist anymore. It's been taken over by Crimea, Lithuania, Kazan. Probably Muscovy a little bit. Muscovy is quite big. Muscovy might be a good ally. Finland exists in Neva, which is weird. We might actually, go for Muscovy. Muscovy would be a really, really good ally. It would keep us safe for a long, long time. See, the Livonian Order is still doesn't like us, which is to be expected. Out their greatest ally, which was the Teutonic Order, which was to be expected. I mean, the Teutons have been our main rivals since the beginning of the game. Our current rivals are the Hansa Bohemia and Poland, which is all okay by me. We might actually go and get something going on Lübeck. Do they have any good allies? They have Sweden, England, Lithuania, and Utrecht. See, this is what I've been talking about. If I attack the Hansa, then Lithuania will come in on their side and not on mine. Because they have England, Sweden, Mainz, Trier, and Würzburg. They might be a good target, but I'm not sure if Lithuania and Austria will join in, and if they don't, we're kinda... Sweden is a big, big country. Yeah. We are ahead in military tech, which is rather good. We do want to be ahead, or at least catching up with them. And because we are Western tech, we're doing rather well. So we can catch up with them, or keep catching up with them. The next level of military tech will give us Glog infantry, because and they're good. We do want them. They're a great improvement over our current. We're using men at arms, and they're quite a bit of an improvement. They're quite offensive, but it will be good for us. Now we can build more provinces. We can build the temples. Temples would be fantastic. We don't have any. 1.25 in most provinces currently. We're going to see about constables actually. See? 2.4 in Danzig. Yes, please. That would be a great financial boost. Naive relative. Close member of the family of our ruler has proven utterly naive and keeps telling foreigners vital information publicly. This is technically treason, but executing a member of the royalty might cause unrest. Can execute him for treason, lose some admin power, or keep him as a relative. National spy defense goes down for 10 years. We're going to execute him for treason. But we'll gain back the admin power. We gain it rather quickly, 5 per month. Actually, not that good. But it's okay. We want us to spread our culture to Neumark, which would cost us 125 diplomatic power and 60 months. Should we, shouldn't we? I don't know. I'm really happy that we've got Danzig though. Danzig is a moneymaker. We need to find another province to take that would be the same kind of moneymaker. Which would be good, except, yeah, it's only Lübeck is close enough for us to even consider it. Nothing else is really worth taking. I mean, no. No, even the Devonian Order, which is incredibly weak, they're only united with Riga. We won't be able to get any claims on them. B, they don't have any. Why would we claim any of them? They're not good. See, this is bothering me. We have claims on Breslau and Niederlausitz. If we took both of them, we could. We don't have aggressive expansion with anyone else. Oh, we don't. The only one we do have aggressive expansion with is the one we would be attacking anyways, and I don't do that. I don't know. Should we? Shouldn't we? I'll think about it. Norway is now allied with Denmark. Sweden, Lithuania, Poland, Bohemia, and Hansa. I'm pretty sure they're in coalition against me, and it's only them. Who's improving relations with us? Ryazan and the Palatinate. Brandenburg has insulted us. See, this has been happening way too much. A bunch of countries, and I thought this was addressed in the fix, in the 1.3.1 hotfix, but apparently not. A bunch of countries all of a sudden decide, no, we hate you. No reason, we just do. Which is a shame. Silesian, what does that belong to? Czech is in the West Slavic. Czech and Silesian are in the West Slavic. We would have to convert them. Our general is dead. No, generali. Immediately hire a new one. Never know when you might need a good general. Hesse entered the military alliance with Austria, which is another sad. We do have an Casus Belli against Brandenburg now, but we're not going to go to war with them. They're still allied with us, and they're still married to us, so yeah, I'm not going to war with them. Poland and the Livonian Order consider us rivals. Brandenburg and Poland consider them rivals. Well, they consider Brandenburg, Poland, and Bavaria as rivals. Don't consider us as a rival anymore, but they are outraged. But yeah, these two provinces, they're not the best provinces ever. But they might be a nice addition to our country. Although I would love to have them in a kinda submissive state. Have them somehow ours. That won't happen anytime soon. They're the only ones that I have aggressive expansion with. Even Poland I don't have aggressive expansion with. Or any of our allies. Which is bizarre.